And good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and the usual ritual. It's Saturday. That means it's Simon NoChaNoMa time. Welcome to Simon NoChaNoMa, Simon's living room. And as you can see, I'm surrounded by flowers. Peace, love, and happiness, and all that. It's Hanami, or was, in Japan, and we don't have it here in Europe, but we've got cherry blossoms going off everywhere, so I thought I'd have some. And joining me this week on the show to talk about Hanami in Japan and Japan in general and her recent visit there is my guest, Ingrid. Welcome, Ingrid.
Hello there. There she is again.
Back sooner than expected. Yes.
Well, the idea was that today I would carry my mobile phone through Isaka Onsen and show you all the nice cherry blossom in Fukushima City.
That was true. Well, yes, that was all set up, wasn't it, to go?
How plans can change.
Yes, I mean we do have pictures. You were actually. Did you actually go to make it to Isaka? There's some photos. Yeah, you did. You did get there.
Yeah. Because I missed the flowers in Tokyo, but in Fukushima they bloomed later. So around April 5, 6, it was 7. It was full bloom.
Ah, and and so you came back on the 5th. Yeah. Was it the 5th you came back?
Oh yeah, the 5th. No, before that, there was I could see them flower. Yeah.
Yes, they're all out here. I was debating whether to take an actual picture of them to use on the show, but they're all in people's gardens, so it would have been a bit.
Yeah. My garden too. So I went from the flowers of Fukushima to my own home gardens, flowers.
Yes, I think last year I did an actual live stream from. Can't remember whether last year an arboretum, and they had lots of Japanese cherries. Hey, Nosh is here. Nosh is tired. I is here. I is tired. Well, it's very early in the morning, isn't it, Nosh? I'm extremely grateful, and especially that you've come with your hair. He's not had been able to cut his hair since lockdown. But yes, so that was when I was able to do live streams outside. Back in the good old days when you were able to do things outside.
Yeah, well.
But so you went to Japan with the full intention of staying there for quite some time. I mean, more than
almost 3 months. Yeah. Almost 3 months.
The initial few weeks were kind of like show and tell for your family, wasn't it? That was the idea. You were going to be their guide.
Yeah. My son and my daughter and my son's girlfriend, they went with me to Japan, and it was their first time. So it was the idea was to see from Tokyo to Hakone, Kyoto, to see the highlights.
So here are the cultural highlights of Japan, and here are Ingrid's family.
Yeah, well, that's the nice thing. If you go, I mean, they're pretty much younger than I am, of course, and their interests are slightly different than mine. And I never ever went into a game center in Japan. Why should I? I mean,
yes.
But yeah, well, they went to Akihabara by themselves. We stayed in Ueno.
Yes, so you go and enjoy yourselves. We'll...
I go to Starbucks to Ueno and have some coffee and just sit there, and they go to Akihabara. But the moment they saw game centers, they wanted to have a look. And my son is actually quite skilled in taking those. Well, how do you call it? Puppets out of the machine.
UFO catcher, I think, is the technical term.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah. And the first few days we were in Tokyo, and of course we went to Sensoji, and of course we went to Meiji Jingu.
Trying to find they're There is Meiji Jingu. You can't really see it. It's all in the trees there, but that's
Yeah.
Meiji Jingu in which is
Yeah.
the shrine for the Meiji Emperor. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, Yoyogi Park. It was nice. It was raining that day, but this is pictures taken from Shibuya Sky. I mean, that's really it's a new, how do you call it? Well, landmark in Tokyo. And it's amazing view. And it's set up like a park with
it's on the rooftop, isn't it?
It's on the rooftop, right? Yeah, with artificial grass, so you can really sit there, and if it's nice weather, and then be surrounded by.
You can't dangle your legs over the sides.
Well, actually, there is a part which is pretty low. Normally, the glass screens are high, but there is one you can bend over if you like. But well,
not that you would want to, really.
No. And there is amazing. I mean, everywhere there are guards. And you
just to make sure that you don't do anything to throw objects.
Yeah. I just, because it was nice weather, and I had my coat on, and I took my coat off, and I just had it on my arm, and then this guard came to me and he said, "No, you have to or put it on or strap it around your waist."
In case it blew off and flew into the city.
I don't know, but I mean, maybe, I don't know. It's just that they were really keen and on watching people.
Oh, we're getting hello from Frederick to you. Frederick from Switzerland is saying hello, Ingrid.
Hello, Frederick.
I don't know. Can you see comments on your phone?
No, I can't see anything.
That's a shame.
That's strange. Yeah. But I trust you. I mean, that you read all the.
Well, I can put it on my screen, and then you can maybe see it. Can you see that?
And then I have to take my glasses off. It's so small. Okay, Frederick. Yes, I can see that.
There you are, Frederick. So yes, I'll just pop us back, and we'll. So the first week or so was basically you were doing the entire tour, like you say, you're going to sort of Tokyo and to Nara and to places.
Yeah. And it was really, I mean, it was amazing because we could see everything almost by ourselves, and there were hardly any tourists.
Had they, for example, I think was Disney,
so. I mean,
Tokyo,
I never
Disney closed down at that point. I can't remember.
Yeah. Yeah, all the big musea and the museums and Disneyland and events were all cancelled, and the schools were closed.
Ah, that's right. Yeah.
But temples weren't, and it was then already said that Hanami parties were prohibited. So the moment that the cherry blossoms would go flower, you were not allowed to sit under the trees and have parties over there. But I mean, you could still just walk and admire the flowers.
I'm just trying to find the appropriate picture there. Hang on, flip through. There we are. Hang on, one back, and then I shall share the screen again. We'll find. Hopefully, there's the appropriate picture with enjoying the flowers.
But this is already Fukushima. This is Isaka Onsen. So.
So this was after your family had gone back, or
yes. I mean, they stayed 2 weeks, and we went basically from Tokyo to Osaka. And then on March 22, a friend of mine was going to fly into Osaka, and then we would travel back to Tokyo and Fukushima. But obviously, I mean, her trip was cancelled. And so the moment that my children went back to Holland, I went to Fukushima. But it was really a nice experience to show my kids the country that I've been to so many times and that I love so much. So yes, and you know, I mean, I've been to Kyoto several times, and I've been to Nara several times. And every time when you see the deers walking around, it's nice, it's fun.
Yes, I've never
So
been to Nara. Yeah.
Oh, that's really. I mean, you should go to Nara. And even if there are a lot of tourists, then Kyoto is completely packed, and then you can better stay in Nara and have a day trip to Kyoto than the other way around, because a lot of people stay in Kyoto and have a day trip to Nara.
But it wouldn't have been so packed in, because I have this picture of you at the Golden Temple here, and I mean I don't know whether that was just sort of a moment where everybody just happened to be stood to one side. It was quite, or was it just genuinely quiet?
It was genuinely very, very quiet. I've never seen it that quiet in my life. Everywhere. So that was, well, of course it's bad times, but that was really an advantage. And also my daughter, she was keen on checking TripAdvisor to find some nice restaurants. And normally those restaurants were, you had to wait or make a reservation, or at least they were packed. But we could just go, and they had seats. I mean,
nice, yeah.
Yeah, that was a big advantage.
Did you go to any in near the river there in Kyoto? Sort of any of those sort of that hang over the river?
No. I think my daughter found a nice teppanyaki restaurant near Shijo. But the thing is, when we were in Tokyo and especially Osaka, and we went by train, there were a lot of people. I mean, on the street you can avoid, because we were, of course, very, very conscious about Corona, and we were prepared. So we had this disinfectant stuff, but every shop, every restaurant, every place where you went, there was this alcohol spray to disinfect your hands.
Oh, yes.
And people were wearing masks. I mean,
yes. I mean, it's so standard there almost, really, isn't it? Because it's also coming up to or it is now sort of pollen season. So
yeah. And but in the trains there were still a lot of people, and so we were the four of us. So we decided just to take taxis. If we had not a very long distance, because that felt more safe.
Oh, there's a fun thing about the taxi. I've got a photo here. So I think you sent it to me once. I'll just pop it up.
Yeah, but that was the final taxi I took from Isaka Onsen to Fukushima City, where the Shinkansen station is. And it was a very nice guy, but these are obviously cherry blossoms. And he said, since people cannot go out and have Hanami parties, they can at least enjoy the cherry blossoms in my car.
That's nice.
So it was. I stepped in and I was like, what's this? It looked like a wedding car or something.
Yeah.
But then on the note it says, please enjoy the cherry blossoms in this car.
No, there was no free sake or anything.
No. It was a very nice taxi driver. Yeah. But we took cabs in Tokyo and in Osaka, or Uber, by Uber.
Oh, that was an Uber. Was that an Uber taxi, or was that just a regular taxi?
No, this was a regular taxi, but with my kids, we took Uber taxis. Yeah.
I think I've only ever taken a taxi once on my visit, and that was in Kyoto, and I was with friends, and they paid for it, so that was good.
They paid?
They paid. It was another YouTuber, and and she paid. I think I bought lunch or something like that, but she paid for the taxi. So But that was an interesting experience, sort of driving around to Kyoto in a taxi. Yeah.
It's very, very comfortable.
Mm. Yes, I mean, most of the time I've spent underground when I'm getting from place to place, and you missed so much. That's the thing.
Yeah, and that's really something that we didn't do in Tokyo and in Osaka and Kyoto.
You didn't use the underground because of
hardly.
Because of the situation.
Yeah. And for when I went back to from Osaka to Tokyo, also I had, of course, the Shinkansen, but I had a taxi to the station from my hotel. And because there are a lot of people in those cities, and although the number of infections was very low, the official figures, I mean, I was quite careful. But the thing is, when I came to Japan, I already had a cold, and running around with those over-enthusiastic, very fit 3 youngsters. I was pretty exhausted when they left. So I slept for almost 2 days in Osaka because my friend didn't go. So, but I had a cold.
This wasn't your bedroom, by the way.
No. No. This is Isaka. I'll tell you about this one later.
Okay, right. Just curious.
No, but then I was planning to go to Fukushima earlier than planned, of course. But because I had a cold, the people from the ryokan, they were kind of scared.
Ooh.
And they said, well, we would like you to see a doctor before you come to our ryokan. And I have a friend there, and he kind of arranged things for me. And he said, well, there will be a simple check by a doctor. So he called the health center in Fukushima City. But apparently a foreigner from Tokyo with a cold.
It's like...
I don't know why. Anyway, I had to go to a designated hospital and take the corona test. And I didn't have the symptoms because, I took my temperature every day and no fever. I was hardly coughing. It was just my sinuses being infected. So then you sound very, very, nasal. So, but we went to this designated hospital, and I was questioned from the car by a lady with this whole,
protective gear.
Protective gear, and we had to go to a special room, and then she took the PCR test, with the sticks.
Oi. Not right at the back of the nose and the back of the throat one. No.
It was it was pretty painful. And I thought that was it. But then she said, well, we would like to take your blood and have a CT scan and also an X-ray.
I just want to go to the ryokan.
Yeah, well, that's not really simple, no, but it was procedure. And but then the thing is that, I could follow the Japanese discussion, so I could kind of say that I didn't really want that, and that it was also not necessary because, I didn't have all the symptoms that would justify a test like that.
Yeah,
exactly. Especially when you read that in Japan they are not so keen on testing anyway. And only when you were really having these breathing problems, and so I was kind of surprised. But then then the next day they would come up with the PCR test results, And that night I had to take a hotel room in Fukushima City. But then I realized, I mean, what if it's positive? You know,
and you're stuck there.
Yeah. No, the thing is, in Japan, the moment that you are tested positively for corona, you have to go into a hospital.
Ah, that's right. Yes.
Here in Holland, they say just stay home, don't interact with people, and go through your disease or whatever your symptoms are. But there you have you're getting hospitalized. And at that time, I was kind of freaking out. Like, okay, well, yeah, I think it's better to go back to Holland.
And
So,
did you?
of
I
course,
mean, you heard before you left, obviously, that it was negative. It wasn't.
Yes. The next morning, I got a call from my friend, and he believed also, of course, that there was no problem. It was just a cold. But then I could enter the ryokan with no problem, of course. But it made me think. It made me really think. Like, yeah, well, you don't know what's going to happen. Although the figures were low, you know that Tokyo and Osaka are very big cities. People are just walking around as life is normal.
Yeah.
So
and
then
I was saying the ryokan. I mean, I'm just looking through the pictures to see if there's actually a picture of the ryokan. There's a picture of a dining room. Is that in the dining room of the ryokan?
No, yeah, I think I have a picture of, you see a river and then some buildings on the side.
Yes. That's the onsen place, I think.
Yeah.
If I flip, yes, it's actually the last picture in the list. Next one.
Yeah. And then the orange building, that's the Matsushima ryokan where I stayed. Very nice place. And I also have a picture of my room, I think, but that was not the room with the anime.
I'm just flipping quickly. That's the Shinkansen, I believe. That's it looks
yeah,
like
that's
a Shinkansen.
well, that's the Skyliner, and
the Skyliner.
I was the only one. I was the only one in that car, which is, I mean, kind of freaky. So there were
I always get the Narita Express, which looks a bit different to that. Yeah. It's not that room. We'll get back to that picture later. It's not that. I thought perhaps that was the ryokan. No. Very, very no.
that would be so nice. That would be so nice.
I think there's
you're going through all
there. There we are.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a typical ryokan room. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I stand in, this is the tatami part, and then I stand where I take the picture from. That big window behind me. It's a kind of veranda where you can sit and watch outside. It is really
so you look down
nice
onto that river that we saw in the picture before.
Exactly. It was really nice. So every morning I just sat there and drank coffee and tea and took my breakfast and just watched into Isaka Onsen. Yeah.
So naturally it was a Japanese breakfast. I think we had not sushi, not gyoza. Hang on. Was that's Japanese breakfast? Or was that lunch?
No,
that's lunch.
No. I had only the room in the ryokan, and normally when you go there, you stay there 1 or 2 nights, and then breakfast and dinner is included. This is dinner in another ryokan. If you go back to the very extensive.
The last picture with the river.
No, with the dinner. Yeah, the dinner I meant.
The extended dinner. Yeah, so the
because my last day, the people from the ryokan, they offered me their kaiseki dinner.
Ah, yes.
For the one of the last days. Because of course I was going to have it one day, but they offered me. And it was really one of the best meals I ever had in Japan. It's really amazing. All those colors and tastes and flavors.
Where do you start? Are you free to start?
Yeah, well,
is there a sequence?
No, the thing is, I think there are some appetizers and then some main courses, but I'm not familiar with kaiseki, so I just ate every time a little bit of everything. The only thing, and you can't see it, but there's a little crab. Oh yeah, that there on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You left that. You crunched it away.
So I asked the lady. I said I took it. I was like, what do I have to do with this? And then she said, just eat it all. It's good calcium. It's good for your bones.
Okay. Right.
And actually, I was watching it like, oh my God, you died for this. And I even thought maybe I just go. I call my kids and then tell them that I'm going to eat a crab, but
was it
I
really crunchy? You didn't. Oh no.
No. I did. Now the thing is, I don't mind some. I ate bugs once, but this crab, with the
little eyes and claws.
Yeah. So there is really not much meat. It's just the
shell.
Yeah. Oh my God. So basically, that's all I left.
All that was left. Everything else is gone.
Yeah.
Like me. Well, I had a kaiseki and there were oysters in it. Sort of one of the dishes was oyster, and really don't like oysters. It's wet, slimy, and cold, and just like salty and chewy.
Fried. They are delicious.
Raw. This was raw in its own.
Raw.
I ate it. I'd paid for it. So I ate it.
You did it.
I ate it. Yeah. There was nothing. Absolutely not. Because there was that much money. Everything. Nothing. There was nothing left apart from the plastic decoration leaves. And it did help. I had I see you got sake there.
Well, same with this one. I mean,
but I filled my sake up quite a lot. That got me through it.
Yeah. No, it was only the little crab. I mean, even there above there is unagi, the eel.
Oh yes, I love that.
Really
That's
delicious.
Nice. That sauce is delicious.
And on the left, totally on the left, you see some thin slices of wagyu. And there was this. I had to barbecue it myself.
Oh, and that little thing, that little black.
That was also.
Thing,
Yeah. Well. So I didn't try the breakfast, but the dinner was really exquisite.
The breakfast is much simpler. I mean, I stayed at a hotel that had a kind of it was a kind of an onsen hotel. So it wasn't a ryokan, it was a hotel, but it did have a tatami room, and they did do the traditional Japanese breakfast. So there was no cereal, no toast and marmalade, no. Nothing like that. It was all sort of vegetables. I'm not used to eating vegetables in the morning.
No.
And
miso soup.
A miso soup and a little wooden thing with rice in it, steamed rice and fish. So I enjoyed the fish and the rice. So, but it was quite substantial.
Yeah. Well, here I had a family mart very close by. So the night before, I went to the kombini and took some yogurt, some granola, and orange juice. And with green tea, that was my daily breakfast. I have enough from that.
Yeah, I mean, without konbinis, I don't know what I would have done.
Exactly, exactly. That's really. I mean, no matter where you are, there is always a konbini close.
Yeah, I mean, a standard breakfast for me on my Japan trips was two onigiri a banana, and a Boss coffee, and a little
Oh yeah,
carton of juice. That's not very healthy.
yeah. And I also have a picture of the gyoza. Did you see? Did you?
Yes, the fried. It was
Because
deep fried gyoza. It looked like. Hang on, I'll get
yeah,
back to it.
yeah. Isaka Onsen has 2 restaurants, and they're famous. They're famous for their gyoza,
Mm.
and it's really, really delicious. But it was in a restaurant, and we were with the 2 of us, and then you order just 1 plate each. So how many are there? About 20? 20?
Yeah,
I don't know, a lot.
it's quite a lot. It looked like. Yes. Did he get through it all?
No, but I mean, I couldn't finish it. But then next to us, there a family came. Yeah, exactly that one. But then 2, with parents and 2 kids, and they all ordered their own plate, and they finished earlier than we did. And it was, I mean, we left. Well, we did have some rice and some tofu, but you know, and I'm always amazed that even kids in Japan eat a lot and fast.
They look. I mean, what was the filling in these? Was it
just the regular filling? I think the right one has the left one was crispier because of the thinner how do you call that? The dough, right?
Yeah.
So the dough is a bit thinner, but the inside was the same. And it's delicious, huh? You know, I mean, gyoza is one of my favorite foods.
Vids of your mom in the comments is saying that Konbini has everything I need to live. 3 beers, ice cream or Papico, Dr. Pepper, fried chicken, and a pack of smokes. LOL.
But it's true, huh? It's true. Everything we want to, I mean, I had a separate granola, and I had a little can of yogurt, and I wanted to mix it. So I thought, well, maybe they have some bowls in the Konbini. And of course they have.
Yeah, you could probably even ask them to mix it for you.
Disposables, but I mean, they did the job. It was okay.
I felt guilty sometimes. I stayed in a hostel in Ginza, and they had their own food, which you paid for. I mean, but I would just go out to the Konbini, sort of 5 minutes away, and come back and sort of unpack it and eat in the dining room at the So
yeah,
but, you got more choice. Not necessarily healthy, but more choice.
No, but even one time my dinner was sushi from the Konbini, and it's delicious. It's fresh.
That wasn't that. Is that the picture of the sushi, or is it this?
The sushi is from Konbini. It's from Family Mart. Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
that one.
I mean, if you had to buy that in a supermarket here, you'd be paying like 15 euros.
Exactly.
I don't know how much it was there, but it's certainly not that.
598 yen.
Good
something
grief.
like that.
That's it's €5. Yeah.
Less. Yeah.
Yeah. I look at the ones sort of in the supermarket here, and they're sort of, it's like pseudo sushi. It's not. It's like it's probably made in Holland or somewhere, and it's on a loop on the band on a conveyor belt, chucked in, and it says sushi on it, and you have to believe that. But this is the real stuff, and it's you can get it in a convenience.
Yeah. Yeah. That's Konbini are lifesavers. But what I don't understand is that, I had to walk 3 minutes to the first Family Mart. If I walked 7 minutes, there was another Family Mart.
A
bigger one.
Not
They had
not another brand of combini, but just from the same company.
exactly. But the first Family Mart was near the station, so you could hardly park your car there. So it was for people walking and bike. And the other Family Mart had a big, you could park your car there. So maybe that's different.
Yes, a different set of customers.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But Isaka Onsen is not that big, I think they have 5,000 people living there.
Is there a photo of the actual city? You have some photos of. So what's
I had a photo from my. No, this is Fukushima City. This is there is a mountain, basically Mount Shinobu in the middle of Fukushima City.
It's where you're stood on to take the photo from. Yeah.
Yeah. This is you could see all over Fukushima City. No, it is the picture with all the roofs. No.
Hang on. No, not that one. That's Tokyo.
Also...
wait a minute. I think yes. Somewhere I slotted it in because it wasn't in the file that you sent. That one.
That one. Yeah. That was actually the view from my room.
Ah, right. Yes, looking straight across, not looking down to the river, but you're looking straight across.
Yeah. No. If the river is right under, so I mean, if you look down, you see the river. But it's kind of the Isaka. It's also kind of hilly place, so uphill. And it was very nice because also with the mountains on the background. And actually, one day I woke up and it was completely white because it snowed.
Oh, was that? I mean, we'll go back to that. I have that photo somewhere. Past all the food. There we go.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
And the one back, that one.
This is
it was on
Mount Shinobu or no?
No. This is because we lived in Kurimachi, which is close to Fukushima City, for 2 months last year. We have made some friends, and they knew that I was in Isaka Onsen, and they say we come and pick you up on a Sunday. And it was this Sunday. I mean, it was snowing. It was it was really like winter. And they took me more to Miyagi, to more Sendai, to Shiroishi, which is just around just over the border from Fukushima Prefecture. Into the mountains, and the higher we came, the more snow there was. I mean, amazing scenery, really.
Yes, I've had rain when I've been there. I've never experienced snow in Japan.
The funny thing is because last year, yeah.
Carry on. I was going to say, this was presumably not your first experience of snow there.
No, because last year we were there in January and February in Tohoku, and we had every day there was a lot of snow. But the thing is, this year there was hardly any snow in all of Japan. I think also Tohoku. So it was kind of curious thing that this happened.
Yeah, in March, sort of end of March kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah,
and that much. I mean, it can snow, of course, here. I mean, too, but then it was really big snow.
And another thing you experienced. I mean, we don't unfortunately have them.
It was nice.
But getting back to the ryokan, because there's a photo, if I can find it. Where are we? Did I go past it? That was your room. That was Fukushima. Oh, this is curious. I just want I'll start playing this play. We won't hear any sound. We're having trouble with sound, viewers. But there's this. Ingrid can maybe explain what's going on here, or why it's in the dark, and why everything appears to be on fire.
This is Nara, and you know the Todaiji with the big Buddha. On that complex that they have, I forgot. That is shitty. I forgot the name. Mizu something. It is a ritual that they bring up torches on fire up to the temple, and it kind of cleans from the past winter, and then after it's done, spring can start. Like with a brand new, and it purifies.
It's a purification ritual kind of thing.
Yeah. And this was the last day, and then all the 10 torches were brought up on fire on that temple. And then there was a lot of sparks going down, and those sparks apparently have they are purifying.
Yeah, you can just see them there dropping from the balcony.
Yeah. But also in this, I mean, there were so many people, but apparently a lot less than normal.
Good. Everybody there. You can't see the people. You can just see their smartphone.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
But there was
but we were lucky that we were on that day in Nara. It's every year in March, and it kind of symbolizes the start of spring.
Now I have a picture here. I'm gonna do that trick with the headphones. See if I shall turn it up here. All right, let's see whether this works. But I'm going to bring it up, and you can explain what's about to happen if I can get it right.
This is. Are you starting it now?
Oh yeah, I'm clicking the wrong screen. Hang on. Yes, so that was.
This is Mr. Wada from. He's the owner of another ryokan in Isaka.
It's not the one you stayed in, then? No.
No. It's another one, and I was invited with friends to have dinner there too. And when you are staying in the ryokan and during your meal, then he comes in and plays some local folk songs on the shamisen, and it's really nice. So this is in your room, and he hands over the text so you can sing along too.
One of our viewers has to go, also from Holland. Has a nice voice, says Vids of your mom. Yes, it does. So yes, it's an interesting experience that I mean, this is free. We didn't have to sort of say go to the count and and say I'd like this.
No, if you're staying at the ryokan and during your dinner, then he just comes and entertain you with folk songs, and it's the nice thing is it's songs about Isaka and Fukushima, so really local folk songs, and it's nice. It's really nice. He's a nice guy, and the same ryokan, his ryokan, this has this otaku room.
Oh, hang on.
That's
Let's see if I can
So
find
he
that.
gave me a tour in his ryokan,
Uh-huh.
and they have a special room for people who love manga and anime.
Oh dear. So yes, it's you taking a photograph of it, not actually staying in that room. No.
Exactly. Exactly. But that's the thing. I mean, I am old. You know, before manga and anime, I studied Japanese, but and I mean, more than Studio Ghibli, I have no clue.
Yeah, me neither.
So,
All mystery.
but apparently his ryokan has, I think the left one is his own manga figure
Eh?
or anime figure
Oh,
for
to
the
do with
ryokan.
ryokan. So the one in the green, Mahahiro. Ah, yes,
Yeah,
Mahahiro Izaka.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you can read it. Yeah, and the others are from other ryokans, I think.
Hmm.
So it's a thing. It's a thing.
It's a thing in Izaka. Like,
And it's called the otaku room. And otaku is the geeks, the
the
people
geek,
who
yeah,
are
the geek
very
group.
much into anime and manga. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll probably stay at this ryokan one time, but not in the otaku room.
And I wonder whether it adapts the music as it goes to play for the audience.
But that's also, you know, when we were in Tokyo, my children really wanted to go to the Kawaii Monster Cafe.
Ah, yes.
And of course, I can say, well, you go ahead and see you later. But, you know, so I went with them, and it's really, really hysterical.
Oh,
Exactly. These, yeah. It's quite expensive because you have to eat and drink or drinks there, take drinks there. But you really get entertained.
Turn this up. We can get an impression. This is my
Yeah. It was a kawaii monster.
Yeah, it looks quite crowded there too.
No.
No, that's not crowded. Oh, right.
It's no. It just, you just see some people, but we could just enter, and there was place enough.
And sort of it's a one-time experience, I would say. You would
Absolutely.
like
So if you want to experience some hysterical, and it's in Harajuku, of course, it's in Harajuku. And the other thing that I never went to was that I never was a neko cafe, a cat cafe.
Ah, yes.
And you also have these owl cafes and otter cafes, and also where they have little puppies. I really don't approve of that because
yes, cats are sort of more sort of chilled. They kind of like lay out. It's not much going on, kind of thing. They don't mind being.
Yeah. So I mean, but they wanted to go, and in Nara there was one, so we entered, and it's also a one-time experience because the cats were completely bored. And you could just you know stroke their head, and they were like, okay. But it's just nice to go there for one time and
you don't really get that
what
over
it's
here.
like.
You know, you can't sort of, I'm just going down the cafe with to meet the cats. You know, although having
but there
said
there are some cat cafes in, I think, in Amsterdam. But here I live near Alkmaar. There's a cat cafe in Alkmaar too.
Oh, right.
So, but the moment it's cats, it's, you know, it's okay. But other animals, there were also owls and We just
hedgehogs, owls, you name it.
exactly. Yeah, no. So I would not recommend to go there.
So yeah, I've not been to that part. Not Fukushima, and not been actually much outside Tokyo. I've been left of Tokyo down to Kyoto, and
but that's what many people do. Many people go, the north of Tokyo to Nikko maybe. But Fukushima Prefecture, it's really beautiful, and there are a lot of things to see and to do. I stayed there, of course, in an onsen hotel, ryokan. So for the first time, also in my life, I was in an onsen. There is a picture of the onsen.
Let's have a look. Oh yes, with that. I wanted to ask you what that strange thing in the middle of the pool was.
I think that's just ornaments.
This? Yeah, I think I'm gonna zoom it a bit. Does it have some function, for scratching your back or something?
No.
Hang on.
Yeah,
that's just ornaments. That looks very.
Yeah, this is the ladies onsen, and there is a separate men. And the funny thing is that Isaka onsen, the onsen water is very hot.
No,
so there is an onsen, I think, or a public bath in Isaka, which has also this directly from the hot spring. This water is really, really hot. So I was warned. So the first time that I tried it, I was really like, okay, I put my big toe in it and then it's fine. But actually it was pretty nice. So I could just go in and sit and relax. And then a few days later, I tried, and it was scorching hot. But it had to do with the weather and the snow, because of the snow and the cold weather. It's natural water directly coming up from the hot spring.
And so your body had been acclimatized to the cool weather, presumably, and then going.
No, the water.
The water.
The temperature of the water was actually influenced by the snowy period and the cold weather, and a few grades. Do you call that grades?
Degrees.
Lower. Degrees, of course.
So yeah, when you first went in, it had been during the snowy period. And it had been sort of, it's not that hot.
Exactly.
And then the weather changed back to normal.
I was really like, I can bear with Isaka onsen temperature water. I'm
a pro.
Exactly. But I couldn't because a few days later, and I asked the owner. I said, what happened? Because now it's completely impossible. I'm boiled.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to. Yeah.
I was going to say there's no. I mean, in the onsen that I was in, there's no kind of stages. It's you wash yourself, and then you go into the onsen. There's no like rooms where you sort of gradually gets warmer, hotter and hotter. It's like wash with the shower with nice sort of normal water, and then go in.
Exactly, and it was my first time, and the first few days I was really like, now, well, I'm getting this. I like it. How wrong it was. Yeah.
So that's a tip.
I was just lucky.
Yeah. And were there other people around, or did you have it all to yourself?
No, it's sad. It's sad. There were hardly any people. And when I was staying there, for instance, the number of corona-infected people in Fukushima was very low, Fukushima city. It was about two people. And then it was in the news that there were 3 extra. So it was 5 in total. And I was really there when a lot of people called the ryokan to cancel their stay.
I think you messaged me about that. Yeah, so saying that
yeah, it's really sad. It's really sad.
Yeah.
Because it's it's a big building with lots of rooms,
Mm.
and sometimes I was there by myself. So
I was
yeah,
grateful actually that when I did my onsen experience that that there was nobody there because like
yeah, but
ooh,
to be honest, if I went to the onsen in the morning around 8:30,
mm,
there were hardly any people,
mm,
and because of the number of slippers outside, you could see whether there were people.
yeah, I could judge. Am I
So
going to get naked in front of like total strangers or not?
so every time when I went there and there were no slippers, there were no people except for me.
Yeah.
So that was a big luxury. I had the whole bath
Mm.
by by myself.
It's an interesting experience. It's definitely. I mean, but I would like to do that again another time. Possibly this time in a kind of more traditional ryokan up in the countryside somewhere. That
Yeah,
would be nice.
and the thing is, if you have in Isako onsen, it's all natural onsen, and it's also the onsen where I was that the water is not is directly from the hot spring.
Mm.
Um, and so the moment you get in, then it flows over, and then there's new water from the hot spring coming in.
Mm. Yeah, so it's kind of
It's really
refreshed.
that, yeah, yeah, and it's high in on minerals and
It's not
all
sulphurous.
good.
It doesn't smell of bad eggs or anything like that.
No, not at all,
Oh,
not at all,
nice.
not at
That's
all.
good.
No, it was really nice and hot
Well, yeah, that's
in
the
the end.
idea,
In
really,
the
isn't
end,
it?
yeah, yeah, yeah. But you could. There was a hose like where you could just tap cold water in it.
Oh, yeah.
But that, I mean, before the water is getting a nice temperature, I mean, it takes ages, I think.
Mm.
So you could also rent a private bath, and then
Ooh.
that was smaller, and then you could well make the water less hot.
Mm.
So
So, I mean, there's one photograph that we haven't really talked about. Perhaps we could round up the show with that. It's the one with the traditional farmhouse. So that I'm quite curious about that because I quite like old Japanese buildings. So this one,
yeah, this is a typical minka. It's called the old farmhouses in Japan are called minka.
hmm
A typical Aizu Wakamatsu minka. In Fukushima City, there is a park, Minka-en,
hmm
where all different kinds of minka are. Well, you can visit, you can go in.
they've been reconstructed there from other places. Yeah.
Exactly,
Mm.
exactly, and it's really like you're walking in. It's really like a village,
Mm.
and it's also that this house is from the family called Baba, the Baba family. The
Mm.
Baba is apparently a family name in Aizu Wakamatsu,
Mm.
but also the
Doesn't sound
Watanabe.
particularly it doesn't sound particularly Japanese.
No,
Baba.
yeah, Baba.
Baba Papa. No, it's the Baba Papa house.
But you can go in, and they actually also have pots hanging with real fire under it.
Mm.
So it also with the smell, it's really like you're entering Edo Meiji period Japan.
Mm. So yes, I went to something slightly similar. This is why I wanted to look at it because I went to the open air Edo Museum in Tokyo last time I was there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
similar, but
I think
they have more
yeah,
variety of buildings, sort of but they do have a farmhouse, I think. Yeah,
yeah. This is really the Minka, the farmhouses.
strictly
So
farmhouses. Yeah.
yeah, from rich families or different farmer pieces, kinds of farmers.
Mm.
So it's really it was. very interesting. I really like. I'm very much into architecture and how people live. So this was really interesting.
Yeah, what I like about Japanese architecture is that, I mean, this is a farmhouse from like 100, 200, 300 years ago, and it just looks, because of the very sort of strong lines and rectangles and so on. Very technical.
Yeah.
It looks sort of quite up to date. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Clean and modern. And if you
Yeah,
compare that to sort of houses from that period in Europe, they look old. The houses look old, and it's just like you know.
And it's also, if you go in and you see the structure how it's built, it's without nails. Nails?
Yes, yeah, sort of.
So it's really the Japanese way of building houses with the way they move the woods into each other, and then they with the, what is touw in het Engels?
Rope.
Ropes.
Yeah,
Sorry. Yeah. Ropes.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting to if you in Fukushima City, then go to the Minkai.
Yes, I could recommend. Yeah, that's something to recommend. I mean, it's as we were talking about before the show started, whether we'll get back this year. It's unlikely that you'll go back this year, presumably, to Japan.
I think so. But well, keep fingers crossed and hope for the best.
Yes, me too. I mean, I was hoping originally for November, but the way things are going, it may not happen. So but next year, at some point.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So then I will show. I will go live in your show again, but then from Japan.
Live from the onsen. It's Ingrid boiling in the onsen.
Yeah. Okay. Deal.
Well, it's that time again, Ingrid. It's the time has come to say goodbye. I would like to thank you very much for joining me.
Well, my pleasure.
And hopefully you may once again appear on the show again, perhaps from Japan. Who knows?
Yeah, that's for sure. That's what I want to do.
And I'd like to thank the audience for being with us. And I shall do my usual and say what's happening next week. Next week, we're staying in Holland. My guests next week will be food specialists and all round specialists. Stuffer, that's the name of their channel. Dennis and Tim, who I met on a meetup with Shinichi in Amsterdam, and they have their own channel. And they'll be joining me next Saturday, the usual time. So until then, thank you for joining, Ingrid, and thank you for joining, audience, and see you all again next week. Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.